What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we will be breaking down Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry at UFC 330 in Philadelphia. Now, guys, first off, what is this, bro? Islam is not 5'8". What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? And then Ian Garry is 6'2". That seems pretty accurate. I honestly lean him a bit more towards 6'3". We got a 70.5 inch versus 74.5 inch reach advantage. So 4 inches, huge reach advantage here for Ian Garry. And he is a fighter that uses his reach distance very well, very high IQ. I think this one is a lot tougher than people are giving Ian Garry his respects for. Like, first off, we've seen Ian Garry fight. I'm not gonna lie, he is a bit of a decision merchant, but he can put the brakes on you. Like, he fights a bit almost like, I'm not gonna say dirty, but very tactical in terms of breaking you down. And as we've seen, Shavkat, who's hasn't fought in so long, the reason he hasn't fought so long is because of his bout with Ian Garry, where Ian Garry completely fucked up his knee. And that's the thing, man. Ian Garry is a very sharp striker, again, with really high IQ, and his ground game has really improved, guys. He's been training with Shootbox, which is Charles Oliveira's camp. His coach, and where they train. He trains with them. So his jiu-jitsu has really improved time and time again, but I know Islam doesn't care. He's gonna ask you who give him black belt. Either way, I think this matchup is very exciting, guys. Not just for watching it, but just on paper. I think this should be a very, very hype card. I mean, honestly, any fight with Islam is very hype. Islam is 34, guys. He is at the peak, maybe a small bit past his peak, but 34, 35 is almost the cap on fighters' primes. And shout out to fighters who are still fighting past their primes and are still looking great, like Volk, Alex Pereira, even though Pereira just got done by Gon. Needless to say, this fight, I think, will end either a very late TKO or very late submission or by decision, guys. I don't think this is going to be done in the early rounds. And let's say in the perfect world, one of them wins quick. I say third round earliest tops. And I think that's being very generous, guys. Islam is someone who is extremely dangerous in terms of his ability once he grabs you. So once he grabs you, he's already thinking of his transitions on how he's going to submit you. Let's say he grabs your single. He goes for the single. He's already thinking, how am I going to sweep him this way, and immediately transition to a sub. He's not going to waste no time, guys, unless it's Volkanovski, man. But in that case, he'll just head kick you. Either way, Ian Garry, very lengthy guy, and I think it's going to be tough, man. Ian Garry is very, very smart, guys. You can argue that he beat Shavkat. Like, in terms of damage, I think he damaged Shavkat more than Shavkat hurt Ian. I know he landed like one really nice right hand. But again, styles make fights, and I think Ian's style works really well against Islam. I'm going to tell you guys why. Islam is someone who's very, very defensive with his striking. So he's going to be more of a counter striker, and he's going to be better at counter striking rather than going in on a blitz, especially with someone as sharp as Ian Garry, who mixes in his weapons very well. Oblique kicks, calf kicks, body kicks, teeps, the right hand, high kicks. Look at what he did to Carlos Prates, guys. And I believe Prates is a top 5 striker in the UFC, guys. I really do. And he dismantled him. just purely from his IQ, guys. Purely from his IQ. We saw what Pratis did to JDM, and we saw what Islam did to JDM. Quite boring. Could not really. He dominated him, but not in a fashion where it was brutalizing. Um, JDM completely, or sorry, Carlos Pratis completely fucked up JDM. And look at what Ian did to Carlos. But either way, I know MMA math doesn't work, especially with recent upsets. I would not like to go over again. But going to this matchup, I think I'm going to go 40% Ian and then 60% Islam. That's my early pick. So I'm going to have it with Ian. Honestly, it might be 45-55, guys. I'm going to be honest. I think it's a tad bit closer. I think it's razor thin sharp. Ian Garry, as we've seen, he can go 5 rounds. We've seen him do it. He's a quick guy. He switches stances. He's not just going to stay in southpaw or orthodox. Islam, who is southpaw. I think this is going to pose a lot of trouble, guys. I think it's going to pose a lot of trouble because the length that Ian can use in terms of the high kick, because he's going to be an orthodox compared to southpaw, it's going to be dangerous. Ian's got good head movement too. He's slick, and he's really tactical in his grappling on using his hips to get in positions to reverse a takedown. And I think now that he's fighting Islam, he's going to be even more prepared as he's going to continue to train against that. That being said, Islam does have sneaky hands and combos. So Ian does have to be careful that Islam's going to throw a combo, but only to set up for the takedown. Because Islam is not much of a total freestyle wrestler like someone like Hamza. All right, he needs to get in close, grab a hold of you, and use sambo and more so judo to take you down, sweeps, rather than pure wrestling guys. He still can do it, okay? He still can, but that is not his forte. He's going to be better off holding you and chucking you across. Now, first round, I think there it's going to come out a bit slow. Ian is going to be a bit hesitant. Can be a bit of a lower stance, of course, because of the takedown threat. I see Islam possibly pushing up, getting up against the clinch, possibly getting a takedown early, but not being able to do anything with Ian. Also see Ian getting up, landing some good body kicks, and that'll be it for round 1. Round 2, I think it's going to start to heat up a bit. Ian is going to start pressing a bit with some punches, and then Islam is going to catch Ian with some punches, take him down again. But Ian's going to get right back up, guys. I don't think Islam is going to control him. Ian might even possibly go for submission, but I don't think he's going to get it. That being said, I think once it goes forward, I think Ian is going to land like a good knee or elbow and cut Islam up going to the 3rd round. And then really start to open up. Oblique kicks, calf kicks, head kicks, and start to slow down Islam. And then I'm going to say it's going to be like 2-1 going into round 4 for Ian. This is where I think Islam gets a bit aggressive, trying to go for the submission. I think he's going to take down Garry pretty well, control him for a bit, and nearly get the choke in or submission. Round 4 for Islam. I think it's going to go round 5, 5th and final round. I think Ian is going to get another good knee in, get some good punches in, keep brutalizing with the oblique kicks, and finally just win the belt by decision, 3-2. That's my prediction, early predictions. I'm going to go back and rewatch more film, but you guys let me know how you think this fight plays out. But I think Ian honestly edges it, guys. In terms of finishing ability, Islam's got the clear win for that, in my opinion. But I think this is going to go to a decision, guys. I have a 70 to 80% confident level that it's going to go to that decision. and I think Ian edges it. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know any videos that you guys want to watch, or some breakdowns, some tier lists, future matchups. Again, I'm starting up this channel, so please spread some love as much as possible so we can get this going. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.